Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Jocelyn Binwi, a content creator based in Douala, Cameroon. And in this video guys, I'll be sharing with you guys my marriage expectations versus reality. That's the expectations I had before marriage versus the reality. Stay tuned and watch this interesting episode from the start to finish. Please, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button already before you even watch till the end, guys, because I bet you're going to enjoy this video. Marriage is a good thing, guys, and very good thing for everybody to experience. I pray so. It's a good thing for everybody to experience so that you're going to know the difference between not being married and being married and staying married. Before you get married, guys, there are so many things that you don't get to know. Once you get married, the reality starts setting in. That's the reality. Everything's become so real, because when you're still in a relationship or when you're still in courtship, it is very different from marriage. Don't think that the way you are, the way your relationship is moving while you guys are still dating or while you guys are still in courtship is going to be the same after marriage. No, I don't think it is the case, at least for 98% of the people. Not talking too much, let's dive into my first expectation. I was thinking that love is going to continuously be that butterfly feeling in the stomach, that kind of feeling that you have, when you're still young, when you're still dating, your partner is your everything, your boyfriend or your fiance is your everything. You put in your every best. In fact, the way you guys show love to each other that time is so different. You want to show your utmost best. Guys, once you get married, it's not like once you get married you don't get to love the person again. No, but the reality sets in. You start seeing that love is not just that butterfly feeling in the stomach. Love becomes so intentional. You have to be intentional about loving your partner. You have to learn how to love your partner unconditionally, whether he is hurting you or not. For my case, I used to think that that love is only that butterfly feeling in the stomach when they tell you so many sweet things and your heart just keeps beating and all that juicy stuff. You guys know, I'm sure you guys are relating. Once you get married, reality sets in. So many things come into play. Once kids come also, everything becomes different. You see that loving your partner has to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it, and it has to be in your subconsciousness that you have somebody to love despite every odds. So I finally came to reality that love is a commitment. You decide, make a decision to be committed to loving your partner intentionally, to loving them no matter how much they hurt you. You have to be intentional about loving them. You need to make that commitment to love them. It is something more serious than when you're in a relationship, guys. My second expectation was that our marriage was going to be so easy. Like when we were in a relationship, while we were still dating, I cannot remember any time that we would be so angry with each other and then we'll be quarrel over something, or like get so annoyed, so upset. No, I cannot remember when it ever happened. Everything was just flowing like honey. It was just flowing so smooth. There was never, even when hobby back then when we were still dating, even when he just mistakenly does something and sees that I'm upset or I'm not happy about it, he will apologize until, and then it will even rarely happen. It rarely happens that you really do something that will hurt me that much. But after we got married, reality sets in. You need to be intentional. You need to work hard for your marriage to work, guys. The third expectation, guys, is that I thought that before marriage and before we even started having kids, I thought that we will always have that time for each other, that much time to always spend with each other, to always cling, to always be clingy with each other. No. Once you get married and then kids start coming in, so many things come into play, guys. So many things change. You even find that sometimes you guys sleep on the bed with the baby and the baby is sleeping in the middle of you too. Sometimes you even stay like for 1 week without cuddling with each other, just because you're giving all the attention, especially when the baby is still very young and tender. You see that most of the attention goes to the baby. My fourth expectation, guys, was that life was going to be as easy as it was while we were still dating. That's financial wise. I never knew that with time, when you start having kids and then the kids start adding from 1 to 2. In fact, when you get married, your family increases, your family adds, your responsibilities add, and your financial status is supposed to add also. So you need to work harder. So I used to think that maybe we would just be comfortable, everything would just flow like when we were still dating, when we were just two of us. But once you get married, you see that so many engagements start coming in, so so many family responsibilities. You guys can relate, us Africans. So many responsibilities, and then when kids start coming, you see that you need to work harder. You see that the money that used to be enough for you is no longer going to be enough. You need to work harder. You need to add your streams of income to be able to make ends meet, to be able to live at least a moderate life. The next one, that's my fifth expectation, guys. This one is a little bit funny. Before we got married, guys, we used to eat in the same plate. Even when we go somewhere, when I go visiting him, we'll put then he was living with his elder brother. We'll put our food in the same plate and eat. When we are doing something, both of us, two of us were doing it together. My God, after marriage, and then when kids start setting in, guys, the rhythm starts changing. We started eating in different plates at different times. I'm telling you, this is so funny when I sit down and think about it sometimes. Anyway, it's always good to experience both sides of life so that you get to appreciate where you are and appreciate the times that you spent while you guys were still dating. Yeah. So when you're dating, guys, make sure you enjoy it as much as you can, because once you're married, I'm telling you, so many responsibilities come, so many things to do come in, and a lot comes to play, that you see that you will not have that time again. So while you're still dating, while you're still in courtship, make sure you create that time, make sure you enjoy that time with each other, because once you get married and start having kids, once the family starts expanding, things are never going to be the same again. My sixth expectation, guys, was when I thought we'll always go places together like we used to do while we were still dating. When somebody invites anywhere, we go two of us. When he has something to do, we go the two of us. When we're walking on the road, he holds my hand and all of that. Though he still does it now, though, but it's not really like before. I mean, before, while we were still dating, you will not see him anywhere without seeing me. When he was in Cameroon, you will not see him anywhere without seeing me. We'll always be together. But now that we are married and kids have come, maybe I'll have to be home sometimes with the kids, that I will not be able to go out with him. Or maybe sometimes he too will also have to be home, that he will not be able to go out with me. Or maybe one thing or the other. My next expectation, guys, is that we'll always sit together in the parlor, watch our movies together, hold each other, lie down on the sofa and cuddle with each other. I remember before we used to watch, we had series that we used to follow on TV. Maybe in the evening like that, we can come back, we watch our series together. Once our first child came, that's our son, I stopped watching those series. There was no time. Even football that I used to watch with him, no time. You'll find out maybe why the football match is going on or why the series is going on, I'm attending to the baby or I'm doing one or two things. So it's so funny, guys. You see that those things don't happen again because you have many more important calls. You have many more important things to do, to handle. Yeah. So while you're in a relationship and when you're married are two different things. My next expectation, guys, was that my husband will always be the very humble, soft-spoken person, never getting angry person that he was. But now that we are married, sometimes he will get so angry with me and he will shout on me. Sometimes I'll just look at him like, is this the man? Is this the man I knew? I'll just be saying to myself like, baby, you have changed. You have changed. But it's normal, guys, because reality comes in and you need to face it rightly. Because if you don't face life rightly, you're going to fall, you're going to fail. When you need to face it rightly, intentionally. So the reality now is that he gets so upset with me sometimes when I'm doing something that is not right. He gets so upset, scolds at me. Yeah, it happens. But before, while we were dating, no. Baby no go shout for baby no. Baby no go shout. Baby the talk na small. My next expectation, guys, was that we'll always say I love you after every each call or after chatting with each other, and we'll always like give hugs and kisses to each other while we are partying or while we are coming home. It used to happen before, yes, while we were still dating. But once we got married, and especially when kids started coming, guys, those things have reduced, though they are still there, but they have reduced. Before, it used to be so regular, like it used to be a norm. Though it's always good to keep it up, it's always good to keep saying it, it's always good to keep practicing it. But you cannot also blame one person if the other person is not doing it. Both of you are supposed to be doing it, but you see that so many things set in and your attention is being carried away, and so many other things that sometimes you might not even do it intentionally by not saying it. So maybe you might just be carried away by so many things or overwhelmed by so many things to take care of, and you won't even remember to do it. My next expectation, guys, was that my hobby will always consider my own point, will always consider my own point of view, will always consider what I want, and he'll always put what I want first. While we're still dating, that's how it was. But once we got married, and especially when kids started coming in, everything changed. Sometimes he might actually ask my opinion, but we'll just go ahead and do what he thinks is right. And sometimes I'll just understand like that. Anyway, for nothing too serious, guys, because he always consider my opinions. He always put my opinion into consideration. But sometimes he will just do things like that, and to me, I also find it okay. But it's like I'll just sit back sometimes and say, "Man, but before this man will not do this. This man will not do this without even asking my opinion." But now sometimes he will just go ahead and do things and then maybe come and tell me. But anyway, nothing too serious as such. Yeah, so that is my experience, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode, hope you enjoyed this video as I did, because while filming it I was really enjoying it. This is what I have experienced. This is my expectation versus reality, my expectation before marriage and reality after marriage. Yeah, in conclusion, guys, saying all this doesn't mean marriage is a scary thing. Marriage is a very good thing. Marriage is a reality journey. It's a journey of reality, and you get to enjoy it. Despite all of this, we still get to enjoy each other a lot. We still get to enjoy our marriage. They say there is nothing that is perfect. There is no human being that is perfect. There is no relationship or marriage that is perfect. Yeah, we all do put in our best and leave the rest in the hands of God. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Love you all. Bye.